Every morning on the streets of Nairobi or Kampala or Dakar in Senegal or any other major cities in Africa, one can watch a familiar scene of girls and women in crowded matatus, some even running to start their daily routine of working as housemaids. No social protection, no earned leave, no benefits. It's a 365 days chore to sustain basic living and tending to their families. If this is a picture in the major cities, the scene in the smaller towns and villages in Africa is no different. In the southern highlands of Tanzania, women comprise a large share of agriculture work, which is at best meagerly paid and often unrecognized. Additionally, women are facing a triple work burden in the reproductive, productive, and social domains. Otherwise, poverty stricken women are also subjected to time poverty by getting stuck in fetching water and firewood, attending to children, and cooking. And the real tragedy is that much of the work that women do at home is often not recognized as labor or gets remunerated. In Kenya, Uganda, and even in India, the percentage of women working in the informal sector is 66%, 87%, and a staggering 92% respectively. Most of these women have very little social benefits. As per one report in sub-Saharan Africa, 92% of women are employed in the informal sector. One major reason why women are not able to get themselves out of this kind of subsistence living is illiteracy and lack of relevant skills. According to one survey in sub-Saharan Africa, 97% of workers employed in the informal sector have no formal education. It is therefore critical that girls and women must have opportunities to educate themselves and acquire critical skills. Now, when I talk about critical skills, which are those skills that the girls and the women must inculcate? These can be categorized as a group of 7 skills, namely the foundational skill, what we call as the 21st century skills, or digital skill, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics skill, the technical and vocational skills, entrepreneurship skills, and work readiness skill. What are these foundational skills that we are talking about? These skills are, you may call, competencies which enable the acquisition of new skills and knowledge and are very critical for everyday life and work. These are literacy, numeracy, fluency in the language of instruction, speaking in English most probably, because these are the foundational skills are the building blocks of all other learning. Further, competency in foundational skill is associated with increased employment opportunities. I talked about 21st century skills. As per one classic definition, 21st century skill involves learning and innovation skill, logical and critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, effective communication, life skills like flexibility, adaptation, initiative, perseverance, and so on. What are the digital skills? These are capabilities and knowledge required to engage with the digital technologies for social, political, and economic purposes. And why are these important? Because we know that our entire life is now covered with digital technology, and digital skills are increasingly critical for effective employment and entrepreneurship. People with this digital skills are being confined to. There are lots of jobs in the formal sector that requires some exposure to digital skills. STEM skills. These are important for acquiring knowledge in the disciplines of science, technology, bit of engineering and mathematics, because they help students solve the problems of which they encounter in the real world. Then comes the technical and vocational skills. These are the practical competencies, know-how, and attitudes which are necessary to perform certain trades and occupation. And at the entry level, these skills are extremely important. Entrepreneurship skills. These are practical competencies, knowledge, know-how necessary to perform problem solving skills, perseverance, leadership, and specific skills related to what I call a financial literacy and business management. And finally, the work readiness skill. These are the skills necessary to find success in work. They include networking skills, understanding the exact role that is expected out of them, um, writing a small resume. And this is extremely important after completion of education and vocational training to get a job. This work readiness skill is extremely important. So my submission is that if it's important for girls and women to get out of subsistence living and working in the informal sector, and if they have to get into formal sector, then they must necessarily pursue education as well as acquire vocational skills. That will make them competitive in the modern world. Thank you very much.